Om Shanti. This is the Avyakt Murli of 23rd of January 1979, and the title is One Who is Constantly Wed is Always Completely Full. Today, Bapdada was pleased to see the elevated, fortunate, and constant companionship, Suhag, married state of all you children. All of you children are fortunate and constantly have your companion. How well do you know the great fortune that all of you have received from the bestower of fortune? In the world, two things are considered to be very elevated. One is your companion, and the other is your fortune. If you don't have your companion, you would constantly experience your whole life to be useless and tasteless. However, all of you have an imperishable tilak of companionship, one that can never be rubbed off, because the eternal Lord of immortality is your Suhag, companion. Just as he is immortal, so too your married state is immortal. When a woman has her companion, she considers herself to be the most elevated in the world. Because of having that constant companion, she experiences herself to be constantly content. In the world, when an elevated task need to be done, a married woman would be chosen as the instrument to carry out that task. A woman who has her companion has a right to wear her ornaments. If she doesn't have her companion, she cannot wear any ornaments. The sign of having your companion is a tilak and a bangle. The indication of being a married woman is the tilak and the bangle. Because of having her companion, she experiences all the treasures of her companion to be her treasures. She experiences herself to be completely full. In the same way, all the materials of the systems and customs of this imperishable state of companionship have been continuing. Because all of you are those with a true companion, you are remembered and worshipped as the most elevated souls of the world. Everyone in the world becomes happy when they see your non-living images of the constant and true Parvatis of the Lord of immortality, the ones whose Lord is God Himself. You true companions always keep your tilak of this awareness and always wear your bangle of your commitment to following the code of conduct. You are constantly decorated with divine virtues. You souls who have your companion are always completely full of all the treasures and are instruments for the pure and auspicious task of world transformation. The systems and customs of this elevated and imperishable unlimited companionship have continued even in the form of those limited systems of marriage. Ask yourself, do I experience myself to have my companion, which means to be completely full and constantly happy? Do I constantly remain in the combined form of the soul with the Supreme Soul? Are you single Or do you have a partner? If you consider yourself to be single, you will experience your life to be that of one of separation. If you constantly consider yourself to be one with your companion, constantly combined, then you should constantly experience yourself to be celebrating a meeting. Because you have been separated for a long time, you have forgotten your eternal companion. You lost your companion. Your tilak was rubbed off. You lost your ornaments. And you had all your treasures stolen. From being one with her companion, what did you become? You became a beggar. You became separated, Vyogi. Nevertheless, the Lord of immortality has come once again and has given the tilak of awareness to his Parvatis who had become separated and made them brides once again. Now, you are not going to deprive yourself for even a second of this beautiful celebration that takes place after such a long time, are you? You are those who fulfill the responsibility of having such a companionship, are you not? Today, Bapdada was seeing the decoration of his Parvatis to see how well decorated all of them were. Although all of you wear your ornaments, it is still number-wise. All of you wear a necklace, but there is a vast difference between the necklace worth 900,000 and a necklace of ordinary beads. In the same way, even though all of you have a necklace of the Father's virtues and a necklace of the Lord of Immortality's praise around your neck, they are still all different. Do you understand what the difference is? Are you those who sing the praise or those who become this? The difference is because of this. In the same way, all of you wear the bangle of the code of conduct. All of you are adorned with the bangle of the code of conduct. But when it comes to always following the highest code of conduct, some of you are as valuable as a diamond, others are as valuable as gold, and the rest are as valuable as silver. There is a big difference between diamonds and silver. So, all of you are number-wise. This is why Baba said he was seeing how all of you are decorated number-wise. Secondly, together with your state of marriage, Baba was also looking at your fortune. In the physical world, when you have a healthy body, a happy mind, a great deal of power, and are always content in all your relationships and successful in all your connections, you are considered to be fortunate. You are regarded as fortunate on the basis of all of these things. So, you are now experiencing your elevated fortune of the confluence age. Are you not? Do you know what the specialties are of this confluence-aged spiritual life? To be constantly healthy means to constantly maintain your original stage, so that even the suffering through your body of your karma is reduced as from a crucifix to a thorn. You would then consider your suffering of karma to be a play within the unlimited drama. Illness of the body is transformed into yoga, and thereby you remain constantly healthy. You don't consider an illness to be an illness, but the settling of all your accounts, thereby making you light by removing your burden of many births. In this way, you remain constantly healthy. As well as this, your mind is always happy. To become Manmanabhav means to become completely full of all the treasures of happiness. The wealth of knowledge is the most elevated form of wealth. Nature automatically becomes the server of those who have the wealth of knowledge. When someone has the wealth of knowledge, there is no shortage of physical wealth. So, you also constantly have the fortune of wealth. The third is the fortune of relationships. You have made God, the one who fulfills all the relationships, belong to you. By fulfilling all your relationships with just the one, you can experience the sweetness of any relationship you want when you want. These relationships are such that He constantly gives you everything. He never takes anything from you, nor does He ever deceive you. Do you constantly fulfill your responsibility of love and thereby experience an immortal relationship with Him? And lastly, you have the fortune of connections. In your confluence-aged life, your constant connection is with holy swans. The basis of your connection with the Brahmin family is your connection with the Father. You swans have no connection with storks, but you have the company of Brahmin souls. Any company you have with storks is just for service, because those connections are just for service. You have benevolent feelings for the world and pure wishes for the world transformation. Because of this, you don't feel unhappy. When you have to come into connection with others for service, whether they defame you or whether they sing your praise, they are your friends. When you constantly have the vision of brotherhood and a merciful attitude, your connections remain elevated. You have received such an elevated fortune from the bestower of fortune. So, you are constantly those who with the most elevated fortune. Today, Baba was seeing the companionship and fortune of all the children. Do you souls experience yourselves to be completely full, with nothing lacking in your Brahman life? Are your tilak of companionship and your star of fortune constantly sparkling? What is the percentage of the sparkle? All of you have a sparkle, but it is number-wise according to the percentage. What number do the foreigners have? You are numbered in the rosary of victory, are you not? Whether you are from this land or abroad, there is only the one rosary of victory. Those who constantly claim a right to this companionship and fortune claim the right to become part of the rosary of victory. The special task that Bap Dada has is of the children. Therefore, he is constantly turning the beads of the rosary of you children. All souls turn the beads of the rosary of the Father, but the Father turns the beads of the rosary of you children. So who is more fortunate? Acha. To those who always have their companion, to those who constantly have a right to the most elevated fortune, to those who constantly fulfill the responsibility of their companionship, to those who constantly have the tilak of awareness, to the elevated souls who follow all the highest codes of conduct, to the world benefactor souls, Bap Dada's love, remembrance, and namaste. Bap Dada meeting daddies. In the scriptures, what praise is there of those who always have a companion? Those who always have their companion are praised as queens of Krishna, Patrani. However, the queens are number-wise. The company of some is constant, whereas others only keep this company sometimes. The scripture portrays it as a story of bodily beings, but in fact, it is the story of souls and the Supreme Soul. No matter how many invoke him, the one Supreme Soul is able to celebrate a meeting with everyone. And so, you have all become queens, but you are number-wise. The difference is in your attainments and your form of worship. There is a difference between the attainment of Radhe and the attainment of the gopis. Each one has her own attainment. Radhe's part has its own specialties, and the queens and gopis have their own specialties. This too is a very deep secret. Who is able to celebrate a meeting? The experience of total happiness is through this godly part. This is the most special fortune. This is also connected with the spiritual part of souls. At the confluence age, you specially have to check whether you have attained everything you should. Put all your treasures, all your relationships, all your virtues, and your task in front of you. Have you experienced full attainment in everything? In terms of tasks, are you experienced through your thoughts, words, and deeds? That is, in all relationships and connections? If you lack the experience of any of these, you should make yourself complete with that experience, because you will not be able to experience this confluence age at any other time of the cycle. Therefore, in the short time that now remains, you should make yourself complete in all aspects. You should definitely be examining yourself in this way. If you lack the experience of even one relationship or virtue, you cannot reach the perfect stage or be called an image of perfection. How could you be called an image of perfection if you haven't experienced all of the Father's virtues or virtues of your original form? Therefore, you have to become complete in all aspects. Brahma Baba became complete, and so you children have to follow the Father. You constantly have this aim, do you not? You have received the blessing of becoming equal to the Father, have you not? To become an instrument means to receive the blessing of becoming equal now, and also in the different parts for many births. The blessing of becoming equal that you receive now continues throughout the cycle. It continues throughout the confluence age, at the time when you are worthy of being worshipped, and also when you are worshippers. So you special souls have the special blessing of becoming equal. Very few receive this blessing. Acha, Bapdada meeting groups. 1. Those who follow the different dictates of many others should accept one thing, that the Father of you all is one and that He is carrying out this task. At least the sound that all of you are the children of the one Father and that He alone is the right one should at least be given to everyone. Whether they imbibe this or not, at least they should be given it. To interact with others in this awareness is something that will come to them later. If the souls who came into contact with you and who believe that you are doing good work accept even this much, then the flag of victory will be hoisted. If they go to the land of liberation with this belief, then that would also be good. If they go to the land of liberation with this belief and then come down to play their part, the first sanskar that would emerge is that the God of everyone is one. This is the awareness of the copper age. It is in the iron age that you become trapped in many. Speak with authority and truth, not with hesitation. Truth is the basis of revelation. In order to bring about revelation, first of all, have the courage to reveal the self. The experience of seeing you remain unshakable and immovable with one faith and one support will enable others to have faith in their intellect. No matter how much the boat of someone who has faith in the intellect is rocked, such a soul will never become upset. 2. Supersensuous joy is the incorporeal and imperishable swing. Do you constantly swing in the elevated attainment of the confluence age, which is supersensuous joy? This joy is the greatest incorporeal swing. Special beloved children are constantly rocked in a swing just as Krishna is rocked in a swing because he is so well loved by everyone. The swing of the confluence-aged Brahmins is the swing of supersensuous joy. Are you constantly swinging in this swing? Any time you become body conscious, it means you get off the swing and put your feet on the ground. When your feet touch the ground, they become dirty. However, the feet of the children who belong to the highest and high Father should always be clean, never dirty. So constantly swing in this supersensuous joy. 3. Do all of you constantly consider yourselves to be souls who are always close to the Father? What are the signs of the souls who are constantly close to the Father? The closer they are to the Father, the more equal they will be to the Father. What do you souls especially need to imbibe in order to become close and equal to the Father? You need to remain constantly busy in remembrance and service. If you are constantly following the Father in remembrance and service, then you can claim a number one status. Brahma Baba claimed the number one status by imbibing this. So follow the Father and go into the first division. The soul of Brahma claimed number one, but all of you can also come with him in the first division. That is, you can be with him in the kingdom. The more you become a light and might house, the further away Maya will stay from you. No darkness of Maya can hide a lighthouse. Blessing, may you be an unlimited emperor and place your footsteps in Brahma Baba's steps and merge anything limited into unlimited. To follow the Father means to transform everything of mine into yours and to merge anything limited into the unlimited. Now you need to step in his steps. All your thoughts, words, and ways of serving should be experienced as unlimited. In order to bring about transformation within yourself, finish all trace of limitation. Whomsoever you see, or whoever sees you, should experience the intoxication of an unlimited emperor. You may be doing service and looking after centers, but there should be no name or trace of anything limited, for only then can you claim the kingdom of the world. Slogan: let your thoughts be very royal, unlimited, and beautiful, and you will not waste time in trivial matters. Om Shanti.